What you gonna do with a cease and desist coming at you real like, ooh, yeah.
What do it ain't, y'all? This your girl such a crazy and so I'm coming to you and you with another word on the street segment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, baby. The Braxtons stay in some drama. They stay in some drama. Do you hear me? So a preview of the upcoming season for season 2 of the Braxtons has dropped. And in the clip, Miss Tamar Braxton is seen calling out her big sister, breathe again, Toni Braxton, Trina and Tawanda for allegedly shutting down her business, aka her podcast that she had going on. I don't know if it's even still going on.
What we were told is you didn't want to film with us.
But before we get into the whole back and forth, especially when it came to Toni and Tamar, let's do a little rewinding.
Wait, let's take it back.
So last year, the sisters found themselves at the center of some serious controversy after their niece Ashlee Braxton, which damn near looked like Toni Braxton, claimed that one of her aunts.
Yeah, so one of my aunts does not talk to me because I guess she felt like I did something with her partner at that time. And nothing happened, but I'm gonna try to tell the story quickly and also not name any names. And so I was with this aunt for the summer with my sister, and I can't remember how much time had passed since we were there in the summer for a little bit of time to when we got home. And when I think it was my stepmother was going through my phone and she found this conversation, this sort of conversation. And she showed it to my dad, and my dad called that aunt and we spoke about it and we talked about it a little bit. And I remember just a lot of emotions, was a lot going on. I was 16 at the time and I'm 32 now. Yeah, my aunt was there for me. She was very kind and very nice and was like, I'm so sorry that this happened to you, blah, 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 blah. And not blah, 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 but she was very kind and it just felt like safe, you know? But then as the years have gone by, it's like that mood and that assumption that I didn't do anything because I was a child was not that assumption anymore. And it boggled my mind because it was like, wait, but if it happened or if it was true, then that would make him, you know, and like, you're okay with that? Like, that's what you would like to hear? And I will just never forget how when I got older, I just realized that I really had to take the time and go back to that part of my life and understand how much feeling of like I didn't matter, that I was unworthy. It just felt like love from my family was just cut off and gone. And you're like, but wait, that guy? And it made it even worse because it was like, wait, this guy that was doing this to you on TV? And like, it's kind of cohorts in the same spirit of what was happening. Not in the same cohorts, in the same spirit, but like, you know? And this is what I learned in therapy is like how I navigated it and how I dealt with it was how I dealt with it. But the most important thing to understand is that I never should have been put in that spot in the first place. And I think that's the devastating part, is that you realize that you didn't ask for that. You know, I did not ask for that. No matter what, I didn't ask for that. And I think the reason why I'm addressing it now so much is because I'm getting older. And if I want to have kids, and especially if I want to have girls, like I don't want to still be in that space and place and in that situation and just even having to deal with it, you know? And so next year I'm planning to go to the US and I'm planning to like confront a lot of things because my sister passed away. Like I've just I fled the country because I was needing to save my own self and my own life. And when I say all of this, this is not a dig to my family member because it's really sad that she also was put in that situation of having to deal and having to handle. That's not her. Like, I don't wish that upon anyone either. Do you know? There's sympathy there. But there's also so many other aspects of it when you're a child and you're like denied a voice. It's pretty much been like a lifelong battle for me.
So shortly after this, you already know this went viral on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of that. And so, you know, we like to do, play detective, putting pieces together, connecting the dots. So the internet came up with, they knew or alleged that it was Auntie Trina and her ex-husband Gabe was the one that Ashlee was talking about in her video. I said, well, damn. So then Ashlee comes out and tells us that her dad, Michael, was sending her a cease and desist. Like, wrap it up. Don't say nothing else about me or the family, honey. I said, well, God, what the? See, this is what's wrong with the black community. We need to speak up and speak out. No, I don't want to keep this in the family or keep this in this house. No, they need to know because this person could be doing it to somebody else and it's not right.
I got a message yesterday from my Faja and he said to whoop, zip it up tight, don't speak. I know just what you're saying. Don't speak, girl. And that he lawyered up and that I shan't speak of his name or the household and other things, etc., and you know that he will take legal action.
So then we got word that Ashlee, she's gonna go be on her Auntie Tay Tay podcast that she had going on, and where she could tell her story. You know, they're gonna listen, they're not gonna judge, it's a safe space.
January 28th to Atlanta to do Tamar's live podcast show. Now, before anyone says anything, please let it be known and let it be clear that as I am in this journey and in this process, and as I'm healing and like trying to understand all of this stuff, that it feels really good to have a family member behind me, okay? So please, before anyone says anything, like, let me have that. It's been a really long journey, and it's been a really long journey of not having people behind me. It's been a long journey of people not believing me. It's been a long journey of what do I even say? How do I say it? It's been such a long journey. So no one also owes me anything in this. But the fact that she supported me from the jump, the fact that she, you know, I also just couldn't just leave. I live in Spain. I can't just get up and leave. So she also just made it so accommodating, herself, her team, for me to be there, for me to just have, she told me that I can say whatever it is that I want to say. It is she just supports. And that right there already feels really nice. It's really not anyone's job to like be there, but just the fact that she is really cool.
So fast forward to what we saw on that clip. So we got Toni, she talking about something in her confessionals. She brings up Ashlee with her posting these videos, basically telling the family secrets, yada yada yada, talking about the family was surprised. I bet they was, because they thought she was gonna stay styling. Anyways, then it flashed to Tamar talking about some, yes, it was a whole lot of stuff going on the internet. So then we got Toni, she bring up that Tamar wanted to do an interview with their niece and that she didn't think it was a good idea. Tamar was like, you're not going to make me feel bad about that. And Toni goes further to tell us that this happened before they start shooting for season 2 of the show. And Tamar like, next thing she knows, she getting hit with a cease and desist from her sisters. And Tawana was like, don't put me in that. Don't say y'all. I didn't send you nothing. Okay. And Tamar, you know, she gotta have the visual. She come pulling out these damn vanilla envelopes like, yes, the paperwork is in the envelope, honey. Exhibit B. And then Trina, she didn't even send no cease and desist. Her name was nowhere on it. Then here go Tamar. Nobody wanted to come to me on my defense. And so here go Toni. So you want to tell me and sit back in that chair and say, Toni, they had your back? And Toni like, no, I want it on record that you saying I didn't have your back. And Tamar like, no, you didn't. You didn't have me on when it came to this. You didn't have my back. And Toni, it's like she just went apeshit. She talking about something. Don't F with me, Tamar. Do not F with Toni Braxton. I'm like, why are we talking in third person? And why is you like idolizing yourself? Like, girl, chill.
Don't put me, Tamar.
And Tamar, she was like, oh, you want to play that game? All right. Well, Toni said we need to have her on the show. And Trina's mouth just open wide. Like, are you serious? Yeah, girl. That's what Tamar said. And then you got Toni on the other side. I didn't say that. I ain't say that. I said she shouldn't be coming on your show because your show like the chitlin circuit, okay? And so then Tamar, she like, You said she shouldn't be coming on the Braxton show. That's what you said. You said that. Then we got Toni talking about some, don't you go there. Don't you go there. And she just got on up like, yeah, square up. Them square up words. Let's go on, go. Since you want to play this game, So who do y'all believe? Do y'all believe Toni or Tamar? Because at this point, I'm just like, let's squash all that. Why wasn't this handled with your niece and all of this? Like, what's really going on? But I'll see y'all on the next one.